Reading is truly a great way to improve your English vocabulary. Watch this video to learn how you can do it. Hello guys, I am Arundhati Roktima and today I'll give you a few tips on how you can increase your vocabulary while reading books. So please don't skip this video. And at the end of the video, I'll also give you a few suggestions and names of a few books that you can read, and that would be really helpful for all of you. So let's start with the video. Actually, reading was just so boring. When I started reading books, two things used to happen to me. Number one, the book would put me to sleep. After reading a few pages or so, I would fall asleep and feel sleepy. Number two, I would get a splitting headache after reading the books. Sometimes reading books can be really boring. Even after reading the pages over and over again countless times, I would not understand what the book meant. Most of us buy a lot of books but do not know how to read them. So today, in this video, I'll tell you exactly how you can properly read a book and also benefit from it by learning a few new vocabulary. So I'll give you a few tips and techniques, and I hope you'll learn something new in this video. The first tip is to select an easy and an interesting book. If the book is too difficult and there are a lot of advanced words in it, you'll find it very boring because then you'll have to refer to a dictionary all the time. So I would say take an easy book. It can be a picture book or a comic book. Most of us do this thing that we buy a book, we read 2 pages, and then we just abandon the book because we find it boring. We just keep it at the back of the cupboard and let it gather dust all the time. So I would say in the beginning, you should take an easy and interesting book. And even if you're an adult, don't worry. You can start from comic books or picture books. They're meant for everyone. So I would suggest start slow and gradually. Tip number 2 is that you should pick up a small book and not a big novel. You need smaller books, smaller tasks in the beginning that you can finish, and that will give you the confidence and motivation to pick up bigger tasks in the future. Instead of showing off that you're reading a fancy, lengthy novel, you should start with a small book. In that way, you'll learn. Tip number 3 is that you should always read in the morning and fill your mind with good thoughts. In that way, you'll be able to focus better with your day. The thing is that when we read in the morning, we have a fresh mind and we're energized. But at night, when we come back from work, we're tired and exhausted. We're not in the mood to read books, and we try to find excuses to skip reading that day. So in that way, our habit will break, and we do not want that. So I would suggest that you should read in the morning when you are fresh and energized. When you're reading, keep a pencil or a highlighter with you so that whenever you get a new word, you can highlight it or underline it. After you're done with one page, take a look at all the words that you have highlighted and write them down in a diary. After that, just beside the word, write the meaning of that word in your mother tongue. After that, write the dictionary meaning of that word. You can take a look at it on Google or take an actual dictionary for it. The last step here is to make sentences with that word, at least one sentence. In this way, these words will be stuck in your mind and they will be added into your vocabulary. Gradually, start using these words in your daily conversation. Now let's take an example. Let's say I got the word enormous while reading a book. Now I write the word enormous in my diary, and just beside that, I'll write the meaning of it in my mother tongue, that is Hindi. That is Vishal, bahut bada. Now after that, I'll write the dictionary meaning of it. That is extremely large. The last step here is to make sentences. I can say an enormous building, an enormous room, an enormous salary. So in this way, this word is added into my vocabulary. So next time whenever I want to say very big, I'll use the word enormous. Now let's come to the 5th tip. This is a very important tip. Now, what most people do is that they read a page and they just assume the meaning of a word and the sentence. They do not look it up in a dictionary. Now, please do not do that. That is not good. I know you'll get disturbed when you have to look up a word in the dictionary and write it down in your diary, but it will take time, I know, but it is very necessary if you want to learn new words and improve your vocabulary. So please take out some time and gradually you'll be able to know many words. And now let's come to the last tip of this video. Please do not go after the quantity of the pages and the books you read. Spend some quality time while you're reading. Spend some good time, look up the words and write it down in a diary, but do not hurry about the quantity of pages that you go for. Just go for the quality of how you read. Now, let's come to the last part of this video. Here, I'm going to mention a few books and give you a few suggestions of book names. Now, you can click my description box down below and you'll find a whole list of books that you can read. I have mentioned books in every category, that is beginner, intermediate and advanced. You'll find a list of books and along with that, you'll find Amazon links of it. Now, I'd say that you should give it a shot today. Go check that book out, and if you like it, then you should definitely read them. So, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and please leave your comments. I love reading them. So, bye-bye. See you in the next video.